I am doing another entry into the Mr. Black coffee. G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. I hope you're ready for another cocktail. I'm doing another original cocktail as an entry into the Mr. Black coffee cocktail competition. Set up in conjunction with Steve the bartender, who's a friggin' legend, who for some of his Australian subscribers sent out little mini bottles of Mr. Black. Finally, a benefit for being in Australia, because this only went out to Australians. Alcohol is so expensive here. But I've already done one cocktail for this competition, and I wanted to do another one. I wanted to make it different, and I was toying with ideas, and I thought Mr. Black just has these wonderful strong coffee flavors, so it needs something strong and robust to go with it. I was thinking of some of my really beefy rums, and that also kicked in my head. I thought something creamy to be really different to the other one I did, but don't go latte. So yeah, I'm going to go coconut cream and rum. So I've made some homemade cream of coconut. You can buy cream of coconut, of course, but the easy way to make it at home is if you get coconut milk and just put it on the stove, 50-50 coconut milk and sugar, and you get something that's very similar to the commercial cream of coconut. Weirdly, I went the other way. I found stuff in a specialty shop. It was sweetened condensed coconut milk, and I diluted it, and I got to the same thing. So I've got some homemade cream of coconut. You could get pre-made cream of coconut or make your own, but I'm going to use some Mr. Black, some rum, some cream of coconut, a few other ingredients to make what I hope is a very special cocktail. Now, I'm not simply recklessly throwing something together and saying it's a cocktail. I did some road testing, and road testing means I made a bunch of cocktails and drank them. But I also had help from Mrs. Angry, who's much more of a coffee lover than I am, and I got her to rate some various things I put together, and I made one with rye whiskey and with a couple of different overproof whiskies I have, and we actually preferred the same one. This was made with a pot still rum made by Inner Circle. This is an Australian rum. Now, you can't get this outside of Australia, so if you want a similar taste, you want a pot still rum. This is actually 75.9% alcohol, so it's over 151 proof. You don't necessarily need to go for a proof that high, but you want a pot still rum that's got a lot of character, a lot of the old funk that they like to talk about with these. And Mrs. Angry and I both agree this made the best one. So the first ingredient, I'm going to go 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of my Overproof pot still rum. We experimented with a couple different levels of how much Mr. Black went into this cocktail, and in the end we agreed it needed to come through a bit more, and so we're going 3/4 of an ounce, or about 22.5 mils of Mr. Black going in. Now for the cream of coconut, to make this a little bit decadent, I'm using my homemade cream of coconut. You can of course use store-bought, whichever we go for. We're saying 1 ounce or 30 mils of cream of coconut. There's a bit of sugar syrup going in here, and I didn't want just a bog standard sugar syrup here. So I did an experiment. I made some chai, and again, it was tea bags. It wasn't any particular really sophisticated chai that I put together myself. It's tea bags of chai. I made a strong tea with the tea bag, and then it was this was the ratios. It was 100 mils of tea to 150 grams of raw sugar, and this, it just smells and tastes fantastic. I'll throw it in here. I also had a whiskey old fashioned with about 7.5 mils of this in. Awesome. It's really worth making. It's a great taste. But for this drink, I'm going to do 1/2 ounce or about 15 mils of the chai sugar syrup. Finally, for balance, I'm going to put some lemon juice in. I was thinking of what to put in because this is a little bit tropical. I was considering pineapple juice, but I thought because it's got chai in it and coffee and tea, you often put a twist of lemon in. So I'm going with lemon juice for a bit of acidic balance in here. And I'm going to do 3/4 of an ounce, about 22.5 mils of lemon juice. Word to the wise, the coffee and the lemon juice will be trying to curdle the cream of coconut. So you want to shake this really hard to integrate it. I actually considered putting this in a blender, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'm just going to shake it really hard for about 15 to 20 seconds. So ice in the shaker, put it together, bang it in hard. Now give this a good solid shake for at least 15 or 20 seconds. I'm going to serve this over crushed ice. So I've done the smashy in my Lewis bag. I'm using this glass. This is essentially a brandy balloon, but it has bamboo etched on it, which, seeing we've got a mildly tropical vibe going on, I thought this was a good choice. You might want to put it in a tiki style mug. Whatever glassware you have, this is the one I'm using. So I'm going to pour some crushed ice in. Now I strain the drink over the crushed ice. I think we maybe want a little bit more crushed ice to top this up. Garnish your drink with some nice sprigs of mint, and oh, that's a treat. Let's have a taste. Oh, that's it. Now, Mr. Black has this really strong, just really natural coffee taste in it. It has a real legit coffee taste. It's not like Tia Maria, it's not like any of those other things. So you want something that's got a bit of kick, which is why I'm saying like a pot still rum. I've gone for an overproof. You don't necessarily have to go overproof, but just something with a lot of character to stand up to it. And with the coconut cream and lemon juice, this, and I'm not even a huge coffee fan, and I like this. So I'm just throwing it out there. Good drink. Mrs. Angry, who's a coffee lover, encouraged me to up the coffee content, and I thought, oh, I'm not sure if I'd like that because I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but this is just great. It's also probably going to keep me up all night. I don't know, the Overproof rum and the Mr. Black are probably going to fight with each other. We'll see who wins in the end. I feel like I'm a winner. This is a great drink, and I'd love to hear if you try it. And yeah, I'm going to put a link down here for the competition so you can vote for me. That would be wonderful if you did. And also, hey, if you're not subscribed to the channel, it'd be great if you did. Do the thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload, because there'll be lots more cocktail adventures in the future, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. But in the meantime, do take care, and by that I mean take care of yourself, take the opportunity to care for people around you as well. Until I see you again, I will say cheers.